Trinidad and Tobago, Rotary presents Hats and Heels 2. Style, elegance, purpose. Bring your best hat, your classy heels, and get ready to celebrate with us in grand style. So join us at Hats and Heels 2, all in support of Rotary. See you there.
Hats and Heels 2, it's happening this Sunday, all courtesy of the Rotary Trinidad and Tobago, and you definitely want to be a part of it. This morning, I have the past District Governor of the Rotary District 7030, Lara Quentrall-Thomas, and I have the Public Image Director of the Rotary Club of Maraval, Leah Paul, joining me on set to discuss hats and heels, and neither of you all are wearing hats or heels.
Yeah, saving it for Sunday. Saving it for Sunday.
Good morning, ladies. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, so Lara, let me start with you. Overall, what is the purpose of the Hats and Heels event?
Okay, so thank you, first of all, for having us here this morning. So Hats and Heels is a fundraiser for Rotary. As I'm sure many of your viewers know, as Rotarians, we are volunteers that deliver community service and projects around Trinidad and Tobago and the world. And this particular event is to raise funds for peace projects specifically focused on young people, as well as our Rotary Foundation, which is our global foundation that offers peace scholarships. We have a number of programs to eradicate maternal illnesses, childhood diseases, illiteracy, and more broadly, our global mission to eradicate polio. Oh. So some of the funds will stay here and some of them will go to support our international projects.
I have to ask, what is a scholarship for peace?
So the peace scholarships are really fantastic programs. There's two different levels. One is, I'm putting me on the spot here, but one is a bachelor's and one is a master's program. There are 8 peace centres around the world, and essentially Rotary clubs can nominate somebody to be a peace scholar. It's a fully funded scholarship, and you go to one of these peace centres. There's one in Africa, Australia, Thailand, the US, and you, with global colleagues, study how to bring peaceful resolutions to conflict back in your own community, in your own home. So it's a really amazing program. There are scholars, of course, from the Middle East, from Africa, the African continent, all over the world. And the idea is that then you come back home and share what you've learned, implement programs in your own community to build peace, to resolve conflict. And we have the concept of what we call positive peace. So it's not just the absence of war or conflict, but building something that is resilient and sustainable for a peaceful, positive, peaceful future.
That's very interesting. You'll have to come back and we'll talk about that separately.
Absolutely,
but we're going to focus on the event this morning.
Right.
This is the second one that we're doing, yeah?
Right, yes.
How was last year's one?
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
I don't wear hats very often, but put hats on for Rotary,
All right, nice. Leah, tell me what we have in store for this year.
Okay, so it's a runway again, and this time House of Jackie will be the creative director. We have a few designers, just to name a few, I would say North Couture, Chrissy's Collection, Matrix Designs, Priya's Creation, and Zad and Eastman as well.
Okay.
Right.
So that the fashion is one aspect of it, which is, I guess, where the hats and the heels and all that fun stuff comes in.
Yeah. So when we wear hats and heels as audience,
okay.
So it's really everybody's
in hats and heels.
Yes.
Even the gentlemen are very welcome to come in hats and heels. It is a safe space. We do not judge. If you want to, and I was having this conversation yesterday with a male Rotarian, and you know that heels were worn originally by men.
Yeah.
So I don't know why.
But it was mostly by like Napoleon and them, the short men.
Well, you know, not short men, tall men. We do not mind. No, but this is certainly an event for everybody.
Yeah.
I just want to stress that, even though it's hats and heels, it's not only
of
obviously
course.
for
And I mean,
women.
we wear hats most times. I go everywhere and see men in hats these days. That seems to be the new fashion.
I know that fashion was lovely, so we should bring it back. But it is a fashion show. There's also a lot of entertainment.
Well, I was now going to ask Leo who's performing for us. We have the fashion show, but who's the entertainment?
So we have Leandra. She's a Trinidadian American soprano.
No, she's just Trinidadian. We throw away the American status. We're not going to that. No, when she performing here, she's just Trinidadian.
So Leandra, Trinidadian
Trinidadian soprano. Brilliant soprano.
She's going to be there as well. We also have the celebrated musician Phil Carter and 15-time national cycling champion and gifted singer and songwriter Michael Phillips. And we also have Lara, very own, as our MC.
Oh, I thought you were performing too. I was about to say, Lara, you didn't tell me I have no skills.
The last time I sung was Napping Girls High School Choir, so 100 years ago. So we're not doing that.
All right. So I understand there's also something called a Glambot experience.
Yes.
What is that
Yes.
about, Leah?
So that is a high-speed camera. It's usually at like the Emmys or the Grammys. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a high-speed camera that does a video in slow motion. Yeah. So,
So-
it's different to the 360
Yeah.
camera that
They
goes
doesn't just
around.
go all around. This one
No.
that could go up and down and side, and you can do
Yes.
whoever poses, and then
Yes.
it come back in slow
So we've
motion.
Yeah.
taken 360 and we've bumped it up a notch.
So it's usually in Hollywood, and I believe this is the first time it's in Trinidad as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Nice.
something exciting.
So that Glambot is for everybody, or that's for
Yes.
the fashion show? That's for what?
But that's for everyone, all
Okay.
the guests, attendees, yeah. And it's from 1 p.m. to 2:45 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even though doors open at 2. So they could come a little bit earlier.
The doors open at 2, but the Glambot is before the doors open.
Yeah.
So you come in before.
Yeah.
You take your Glambot thing,
then
you
you
stick
go
around a little
inside,
bit, and then you go
yeah,
inside.
yeah.
All right.
Because the event is 3 to 6,
Yes.
but the doors open at 2,
And the Glambot opens at 1.
and the
Yes.
Glambot opens at
1 to
1.
2:45.
Yeah, just
1
up
p.m.
until
to
quarter to
2:45,
3.
Yeah.
All right.
So if you come at
fantastic.
2, you'll get on the Glambot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
for
And you
sure.
still have time to get inside and get your seat and relax.
Yeah,
Yes.
and we
And
still
it's
have a few
happening-
tickets.
It's happening at the Hyatt Regency.
It's this Sunday, which is the 21st, at the Hyatt, 3 to 6 p.m.
What does it cost to the tickets?
They're $450 TT.
Okay.
And there are door prizes. We're encouraging people to book tables if they wish for their companies. It's a great corporate event to bring teams together. Of course, Rotary clubs are also taking tables. But it just promises to be a wonderful event. Obviously, the entertainment, the fashion, the fellowship, the Hyatt, the quality of food we know is always excellent. So, yeah, $450 this week, Sunday, 3 p.m.
And Sunday is also the International Day of Peace.
That's exactly right.
So it falls in line with
Yeah,
everything that
yeah,
we're doing.
yeah.
Why is it so important for you to celebrate the International Day of Peace?
Well, peace is one of those things that underlines all of the work that we do, not just as Rotarians, but I think all NGOs. You cannot have an effective healthcare system, an effective education system, an effective infrastructure if there isn't peace. Look at what's happening in some of the countries in the world where there's conflict. One of the first things to suffer is your healthcare system.
Right.
So the absence of conflict, the creation of a society where people can live in harmony, whether it's respecting different religious views, different orientations, whatever it might be, is really the bedrock to building a sustainable future that we want. Environmental degradation can cause conflict, but it can also result from conflict. So the absence of peace really is a very multi-dimensional conversation. It's not just gangs fighting in the street. There is a much broader sort of ripple effect on how it can affect. We do a lot of work in the East Port of Spain community, for example, and you may have gang violence in one area, but it affects children going to school. It affects mothers trying to get to work. So there's so much impact that the conflict can have. So if we start at the foundation, we start with peace, then I think it's our belief as Rotarians, as human beings, that a peaceful world is one where everybody can thrive, have a safe life, go to school, be healthy, fulfill their promise. And that's something that Rotary believes very deeply in.
Leah, I have to ask, is that something that you think is actually achievable? Everything can be peaceful?
I believe so. Not all at once, but gradually. And the world's not perfect, so there will always be,
Something to be fixed.
Exactly. But I think the continued efforts to create peace in the world, it counts and it matters and it helps a lot.
Since you've been a part of the Rotary, what has had the biggest impact on you?
Ooh. I would think the lives of the people that we're able to help and change. Absolutely.
And how about you, Lara?
Well, I would say the same thing. My particular area of expertise, if you wish to call it, is the Model United Nations,
Right.
which we actually have starting tomorrow, which is a sub-project of my Rotary Club. And this year we're actually doing peace and human rights. So we're looking a lot of this idea of peace. But what we do is we educate young people to become advocates for their own futures. And whether it's in peace, whether it's in championing freedom of speech, whatever it might be. And that's, I think, what as a common thread throughout Rotary is we believe a lot in education, sharing knowledge to empower. we've ruined the world, right? This my generation, Gen X, the baby boomers, the planet's on fire. You know, we've done a terrible job. We're leaving a terrible legacy to young people. And so now I think it's incumbent on us to give them the tools and the training to be able to fix some of the problems that we're leaving them. I mean, I hate to say that, but, you know, we have to find solutions. And whether peace is possible in our lifetime or not, in our little pocket of the world, maybe.
And all we have to do is each do our part, right?
Yeah.
And drop by drop, the bucket gets filled.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And one thing, you know, as somebody who is not from here originally but has lived here for 30 years, one thing I love about Trinidad is that we all get along for the most part. But, you know, you can drive, I always say this to people who visit, you can drive down Eastern Main Road and you see a mosque and a Catholic church and a mandir and an evangelical church and everybody's fine.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to, you know, kill each other because of our faith. And I think that model, that's kind of the beautiful thing that we take for granted in Trinidad and Tobago a lot. That diversity, there's a great deal of strength in that.
Most
and that's
definitely.
a model that we can really emulate around the world.
Yeah.
And we hope to see that diversity come out this Sunday at Hats and Heels 2. It's happening at the Hyatt Regency. Earlier, before we go, tell them where to get tickets.
Well, the numbers are on the tickets.
On the flyer, yes.
And I guess
So we
look
just
up
share
on
a
the-
couple
Let me see.
numbers.
678-4447, 678-4878,
Yeah.
or 377-2597. You can call any of those numbers, or you can email rotarytnt@gmail.com and get your tickets. They're only $4.50. They have a few left, so you want to
do
call
have a
them
few left,
this
yeah.
morning and get those tickets. One time for Hats and Heels 2. It's happening this coming Sunday, and it's for a great cause. You don't want to miss it. Lara, Leah, thank you, ladies, very much for
you.
joining us this morning. All the
Appreciate
best on Sunday, and have a great day today.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
the
No
support.
We're going to take a quick break and come back with more on the Now Morning Show. When we come back, it's actually a birthday, so stay tuned.